Hey there, my name is Andrew, and in this video I just wanted to show you how to add a custom domain to ClickFunnels through Cloudflare. The advantage that you get by connecting the domain through Cloudflare to ClickFunnels is that you are not using 3Ws. So what I mean by that is whenever you purchase a domain in ClickFunnels, for instance, we want to buy chocolate.com domain, you will have the URL of https://chocolate.com. If you want to buy this domain elsewhere, you will have to add 3Ws. And here is a simple example that will help you explain how the URL looks in two different cases. So if you buy the domain clickfunnels.com and you connect it with Cloudflare, here is how it's going to look. The URL is going to be the following: https://clickfunnels.com. If you bought it in for example, GoDaddy, and you want to connect it without Cloudflare, you will need to connect it with 3Ws, and this is how your URL is going to look like. So https://3ws.clickfunnels.com. So the difference is in 3Ws that come before the domain name. And for some people it is crucial, and this video is about how to connect a domain without 3Ws through Cloudflare. So in this particular case, I bought the domain with GoDaddy, but you don't need to worry if you're using another domain register. It works the same way with 90% of the domain registers out there. So if you're using GoDaddy, Namecheap, Bluehost, or anything like that, it is still going to work the same way for you. So when I am actually saying domain name in this video, please refer to your own domain name. So if, for example, I paid for ourwaytosuccess.com domain, the domain name I'm referring to is ourwaytosuccess.com. If I'm saying the domain name and you bought chocolate.com, the domain name you have to use is chocolate.com instead of ourwaytosuccess.com. So please refer to your own domain name, and we shall start. So how you connect the domain name to Cloudflare is very simple. You just need to have a domain name purchased. So if you don't have a domain, go ahead and purchase it. If you already have it, you need to create an account in Cloudflare. So you go to cloudflare.com, you can find the URL here, and you will create the account. It is going to bring you up to this page where you can add your website. So whatever the website is, you just copy the name of the website. If you have chocolate.com, chocolate.io, it's what you paste in here. And you click Add Site. It is going to bring you to the second step. The second step is going to say that they are verifying the DNS records, and I strongly suggest that you read all the information they tell you about in as much detail as possible. So what they mean right now is that they are scanning the DNS records that are already in your account, in GoDaddy account of yours. So if you have any existing DNS records connected to your GoDaddy account or whatever domain register you are using, they're going to be copied to Cloudflare. So no DNS records are lost. And when we are clicking the next step, we are going to be brought to a plan selection page. You don't need a paid plan. So by default, you are selecting the business plan. Please change that to free because you don't need to pay for this service. It is completely free. And after that, click Confirm Plan. It is going to bring you to the page where you can connect the DNS records. DNS records point is very important, so what we are going to do is to remove all the records from Cloudflare. So we're going to be left with the blank list of DNS records. What we need to do is to add two CNAME records. First of all, we need to change the type of the record that we are going to create, and we need the two CNAME records. The first one is add. Add replaces your root domain. So root domain is ourwaytosuccess.com. It is the domain name that you have purchased. The root domain is the same that I'm referring to as to domain name. Ourwaytosuccess.com is the same if you type it in as add. So add is the same as ourwaytosuccess.com. You will need to type in add and point it to target.clickfunnels.com. So this record is static. You don't need to change anything in it. So you will need to type in add, and in the second field, you're going to type in target.clickfunnels.com. Automatic TTL and make the cloud orange. After that, click add record. It is going to be created, and as you can see, the add symbol was replaced by the domain name of yours. After that, what we need to do is to add the second CNAME record. It is going to be 3Ws pointed at add. As simple as that. So we add it, and you can see that there is no orange cloud for the first record. Don't worry about it, because it is the way the CNAME records work in Cloudflare. So just leave it as it is and make the cloud orange for the second CNAME record of yours. Right now, we have two CNAME records, and two CNAME records is the only thing you need when it comes to the DNS zone. So the first record is add, pointed to target.clickfunnels.com. Please make sure you don't make any typos. A lot of people are making typos with one L or two L's or one N and something like that. So please make sure that you type it in correctly. Target.clickfunnels.com. The second CNAME record we need is three W's pointed to add, so your domain name. After that, we click continue. It is going to ask you to change the name service. So name service is something that you can find in your domain register. We're going to change those to the Cloudflare ones. So they give you the name service right away, but you can also get them if you skip this step. So right now I'm going to change them right away, but I'm going to show you also, if you skip the step, where you can find them in Cloudflare. So in my case, it is GoDaddy, and if you're using any domain register, you should be able to change the name service by going into the DNS records manager. So the DNS zone is where we're going into right now. And you can see that they contain a lot of records, but here, for example, for GoDaddy, we can find the name service. If you're using another domain register, it's not something you need to worry about, because all of them have this functionality, and you just need to find the tab where you can change the name service. After that, what we need to do is to click change and set them to custom name service. They will give you two fields, and you will need to copy the first field by clicking copy and pasting it here. So this is the first name server. We're going to click copy and copy the second name server right here. So you can see that they are the same as we have right here, and please make sure that you don't make any typos. It is very important that you don't do that, because they are very sensitive. So records with typos will not work. Please make sure that you don't have any extra spaces and you copy the information correctly. After that, click save. The name service can take some time to update. So if you are using GoDaddy, Namecheap, Bluehost, or any of the popular domain registers, they usually take a couple of hours to update this information. Officially, they require you to wait up to 48 hours. So if you see that the name service are not being changed, you might want to reach out to the support of your domain register, and they are going to help you with changing the name service. Right now, I'm using GoDaddy, and I'm really sure that it is going to take like an hour or so. So after we do that in Cloudflare, we go on to the next step. We click continue, and it is going to bring us to the dashboard. You can see that they don't see our name service actually being changed, and this is the point where you might want to recheck the name service. When you click the Recheck Name Service button, it is going to say that it is queued up for rechecking it, and in some time they're going to recheck the name service. If they are changed on the domain register side, then the website in Cloudflare is going to be verified. So you can check the DNS records you have created, and also the name service if you missed the step with setting up the name service here. So if you go to the DNS tab, you can find all this information. But we have not finished the setup in Cloudflare just yet. What we need to do is to go to the crypto tab. In here, if you have anything but flexible set up, please set flexible. And if you set it to full, just change it to flexible. The one that you need to select here, the option you need to select here is flexible. The last part of the setup in Cloudflare is the page rule. So in page rules, we need to set up one. And by default, you are not going to have one. So I'm going to delete the one that I now have. And you saw that I had a page rule. It is connected with the fact that I already tested the domain and it saved the information from the previous setup. But this is how you are going to see the page rules. So you will not have any page rules, and you will need to create one by clicking Create Page Rule. Here you will be given the example of your website, and in order to create the page rule faster, just copy in the domain name that you have here. So if you have the domain name here, just select it and copy. After that, create page rule and enter 3Ws, the domain name of yours, which is in my case, ourwaytosuccess.com/asterisk. After that, add a setting. Select the setting of forwarding URL, you can find it right here, and select the status code of 301 permanent redirect. The destination that you enter is https:// domain name of yours /$1. Please take a look at this tab, and I'm going to explain you what we are doing. We are redirecting the 3Ws URL to the URL without 3Ws. So if somebody enters the domain name with 3Ws, they are going to automatically be redirected to the domain without 3Ws. It is absolutely crucial that you don't make any typos here. So what you type in is always 3Ws dot domain name of yours. So if you have chocolate.com, you enter 3Ws.chocolate.com/asterisk. So the only part that changes here is the domain name of yours. So if you have a different domain name, you just replace whatever I'm highlighting right now. These two parts you replace with your own domain name. If I have chocolate.io, I will type in 3Ws.chocolate.io/asterisk. The settings remain the same. Forwarding URL 301 permanent redirect https://chocolate.io/$1. So the only thing that changes is the domain name of yours. After that, we click Save and Deploy. It is going to kick in the page rules. And please note that whatever changes you are making to the domain register or the setup in Cloudflare might take some time to actually be activated. So whenever you change a DNS record, don't rush into things and don't just type in your domain name, because it can take some time to work, and it can take some time, even if it works for you, to work in different regions of the world. So please note that. So we're going to check the setup, and you can see that the status is initializing certificate. So the SSL is being initialized. We can see that the DNS records are here. If we want to go ahead and check on the setup of the domain, we can see that it is green. So the name servers have been changed, and they have been changed way faster than, for example, if I did the setup the first time. Because I changed the name servers beforehand to Cloudflare and so on and so forth, it just takes me not so much. So on your side, it can take up to 24 hours to do this setup. So if you change the name service in your domain register, usually it takes up to 24 hours to change the name service. And if you get the screen of Cloudflare saying that they could not verify the name server changes, please just wait, because it is a time-consuming process and you don't need to rush into things. You just want to change the name service and wait. So you have to do three things. First of all, set up the DNS records. You connect the domain and set up the two DNS records. First of all, your domain name pointed to target.clickfunnels.com. Secondly, 3Ws pointed to your domain name. What you want to do after that is change the name service to the ones that Cloudflare gives you. And the third one, set up the crypto, the flexible, and the page rule. The page rule has to be 3Ws.domain name of yours /asterisk forwarding URL 301 permanent redirect https:// domain name of yours $1. With this step, we finalized the setup in Cloudflare. However, you need to connect this domain to ClickFunnels. So what we need to do is to add it inside of ClickFunnels. For that, we go into our account dashboard and we select domains here. We click on domains and we will be given an option of adding the new domain. So we will click add new domain. In here, you don't select the left option. You select add your own domain. It means you already have a domain, and register the new domain means you purchase one with ClickFunnels. So please use an existing domain. So select the right option, delete 3Ws, and paste your website name. After that, click add domain. It is going to ask you to connect your domain to ClickFunnels. Connecting the domain to ClickFunnels is handled via DNS records. So we have already done that because we have configured these two CNAME records. What we are going to do is to click I've done this step. And you can see that they tell us that we did it and the domain is connected and ready to use, but it is not actually 100% true. What we need to do is to associate the funnel with a custom domain. So if I have my first funnel that I want to use with this domain, I'm going to select my first funnel. Just for test purposes in this video, I'm going to show you how to complete the setup without it. So whenever you connect a domain in Cloudflare with ClickFunnels, you're going to see the following thing. It is going to be verified, but you will see that the green lock is not appearing as, for example, for this domain name. It means that we have not configured the domain fully. So what we need to do after we connect the domain to ClickFunnels from Cloudflare is to go into the settings by clicking the cog here. And in this cog, we see the following settings: default page, 404 page, zone records that we cannot actually edit because it is an external domain. We can remove the domain in this settings area, and we have the SSL. The most important things are the default page and SSL. First of all, let's explain how the default page works. Default page is the page that people see when they type in your domain name. So whatever you edit as the domain name, which is ourwaytosuccess.com, obviously because I purchased this domain, is going to redirect to a page that you select here. So you will need to select a funnel step. First, you are shown the name of the funnel and then the name of the funnel step and select it. So I'm going to connect it with my first funnel test page. It means when I type in this domain name, ourwaytosuccess.com, I'm going to be taken to the page I select here. So I'm going to be taken to the test page of my first funnel. I strongly advise you to select the same page as the 404 page. So I just select the same page here. So 99% of the time, you might want to set up the same page as the default page and a 404 page. Default page is where people are taken when they type in the root domain name of yours. The 404 page is the page where they are being redirected to when they make a small typo. So if they enter like our way to success with 3 S's, it is going to redirect them still to your domain name. So this is how the 404 page works. So if they make a small typo, it is going to redirect them to this page. After setting up those 2 pages, we need to scroll down and go to the SSL. SSL is something that makes your domain secure. You will need to add it by clicking the Add SSL button. It is absolutely crucial that you do that because, for example, you can see that ClickFunnels is secure. You can view the SSL information by clicking on the secure badge, and you can see that it has HTTPS in front of its name. If you don't issue the SSL certificate, it is going to have insecure URL, so it is not going to start with HTTPS, it is going to start with HTTP instead, and some of the content is not going to appear. So you will not be able to use order form pages, membership pages. All the pages that have high security restrictions are not going to work without SSL. It might take up to 24 hours to issue the SSL, and don't worry, issuing the SSL is free on our side, so most domain registers charge you for that. We are not going to charge you for that. ClickFunnels handles it automatically. You will need to handle this by going into the SSL tab and click Add SSL. It is going to start issuing the SSL certificate, which you can check on by clicking Check Now button. It takes usually a couple of hours, but sometimes it can take really up to 24 hours to configure this domain. So please, if you don't have SSL active in the first 10 minutes, don't worry about it because it can take really up to 24 hours. Right now, it is going to say that SSL is enabled. For this domain, it is enabled because I have already connected it multiple times to ClickFunnels, so it really literally takes seconds. For you, it can take a little bit longer. So what you need to do is, if you don't have SSL active, you just go back into the settings of the funnel and click on the Check Now button that is going to appear here. It is going to check on the SSL completion, and if it is completed, what you will see is SSL is enabled. If you click on the button and nothing changes, it means the SSL is still not enabled. When you enable the SSL, you're going to see that the log became green. It is going to say domain is secured with SSL, and the status changed from verified to secured. It means that the domain is fully set up. what we need to do is to connect it with the funnel. So this is the very last step. What we need to do is to go into the settings of the funnel and connect the domain to it. You can see that right now I have my default domain in here, so subdomain.clickfunnels.com. If I want to connect the domain to any funnel, I would want to go to the settings and select the domain here. After that, scroll down to the bottom of the page, click Save and Update Settings, which is going to add the domain to my ClickFunnels page. And you can see that this domain name is going to actually appear instead of my default URL. And this is basically how you would want to get it handled. So just to quickly recap, Cloudflare is a service that allows you to connect an external domain to ClickFunnels without 3Ws. In order to go through the setup, please rewatch the video if you missed some parts of it. If you're still unable to connect it, if you have any issues whatsoever, please never hesitate and submit a support ticket to ClickFunnels support team, which is really awesome. And you can do that by clicking this Get Help widget. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you have any questions, never hesitate and contact our support team. Thank you.